Brooklyn Tower is a remarkable feat of engineering, standing over 1,000 feet tall and sticking out in the skyline. Since it's the tallest building in Brooklyn and features a unique blend of materials like bronze and stainless steel, the tower has become quite polarizing for people living in the area. Some say it looks like it belongs in Batman or Lord of the Rings, and others say it's a welcomed change in an age where all new skyscrapers seem to look the same. Outside of its appearance and architecture, the tower has proven to be financially troublesome, both for local residents struggling with high rents and for its developer, Michael Stern. And since the podium will be finally opening very soon, it's the perfect time to make this video. Today we'll dive into the construction techniques, design elements, and financial struggles that brought this mega development to life. The Brooklyn Tower site occupies much of a triangular block bounded by Fleet Street, DeKalb Avenue, and Flatbush Avenue extension. It wraps around an existing structure and faces a pedestrian plaza at Albee Square. The 46,000 square foot site is near several tall mixed-use developments, including City Point and One Willoughby Square. The tower was developed by JDS and primarily consisted of two main components, the Dime Savings Bank building and a 1,066-foot 74-story tower designed by SHOP Architects. This tower is not only the tallest building in Brooklyn, but also in Long Island, as well as being the tallest building in New York City outside of Manhattan. The Dime Savings Bank building, built in the early 1900s, features a hexagonal base clad in white marble and pink granite, symbolizing stability. Its iconic design includes columns, detailed moldings, and famous sculptures. The bank's historic structure is almost completely transformed into a multi-retail unit, but more on that in a minute. The tower, inspired by the bank's hexagonal shape, features a facade of stone, bronze, and stainless steel. The design draws references to the Art Deco style of iconic skyscrapers like the Chrysler Building and Rockefeller Center. With its crown-top setbacks, the building boasts a sleek and elegant look, while the darker colors at the top contrast with the sky and highlight its height. The development includes a total of around 140,000 square feet of commercial space, with the previously mentioned retail units primarily occupying the bank. Interestingly, the tower features the world's highest residential basketball court. Other amenities include an outdoor terrace, swimming pools, and a gym. The bank hall features green and gray marble, a Vermont marble floor, and a stained glass dome. Its triangular layout includes marble columns, hexagonal floor patterns, and a striking three-faced bronze clock at the center. The tower itself houses approximately 150 condos and 425 rental apartments. The condos, located above the 52nd story, offer sweeping views of the city. Each unit reflects the tower's elegant materials, using bronze, marble, and stainless steel finishes. In line with New York's 421A tax exemption program, 30% of the Brooklyn Tower's apartments are designated as affordable housing. These units are mostly studios and one-bedroom apartments, available to residents earning up to 130% of the median income for the area. Due to its height and striking appearance, many, including real estate critics, feel the building would be more at home in Manhattan. Others, as I alluded to in the intro, have compared it to the Eye of Sauron from Lord of the Rings. In mid-2017, the excavation kicked off. Thanks to New York YIMBY, the world was given updates on the construction every few months. Throughout 2018 and into 2019, the process progressed below street level, carefully revealing the foundation of the original bank's walls. To ensure stability, a series of new diagonal steel braces were meticulously installed and interwoven with the bank's historic framework. These braces, anchored deep into reinforced concrete pads, provide critical lateral support to the northern side. This held the existing structure in place while heavy excavation equipment operated beneath and behind, allowing construction to advance without compromising the integrity of the bank's original walls. The exposed concrete wall that you can see in this photo shows where the preserved lobby of the bank will connect with the ground floor of the tower. As you can probably tell, there was a lot of money, engineering, and effort into trying to preserve the bank as best as possible. JDS knew that maintaining the iconic structure wasn't just about pleasing preservationists, it also adds to the building's appeal, making it a prime location for high-end retail. By mid-2019, the project was slowly progressing forward. Around 2 years had passed by this point, and there was no vertical structure to show for it. While this was due to many different factors, like the irregular configuration of the building, working in such a small area didn't make the process any faster. By late 2019, the construction crane was assembled on site, preparing to finally go vertical. By April April of 2020, the building was beginning to ascend, and in late May, the structure was several stories high. The process continued through 2020 and into 2021, with the installation of the glass facade lagging many stories behind. By April of 2021, the skyscraper was already past the halfway mark, and by June, it was officially the tallest in Brooklyn at over 720 feet. Construction officially topped out in October, and in late 2022, the facade was completed. Fast forward to today, and now the tower's podium is also just about completed. And I just want to add as a side note that if you took part in the construction of this, or live in the area, please feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. This is Michael Stern, the founder of JDS Development Group. They're one of New York City's leading skyscraper development firms, and as you've heard in the last section, his group is the owner and driving force behind this entire project. To better understand the financial side, let's take a look at the timeline. In 2014, JDS and the Sheetrick Group acquired the site. A year later, they bought the neighboring Dime Savings Bank building for $90 million, which was key to starting construction. In 2018, Stern's firm bought out Sheetrick's share for $60 million, gaining full control of the project. When the summer of 2019 rolled around, JDS closed on construction financing, with $240 million from Silverstein Properties and $424 million from Otera Capital. The $240 million loan from Silverstein was in the form of a mezzanine loan. This is a higher risk form of financing where lenders can take over the project if the developer defaults, and this was Silverstein's first loan of this kind. Mezzanine financing fills the gap when developers can't cover all costs with traditional loans. Unlike many lenders, Silverstein, known for redeveloping the World Trade Center site, wasn't deterred by this risk. In 2019, the head of their lending arm noted that the project's complexity and risk is what made it appealing to them. By February of 2022, as the building neared completion, Sheetrick sued JDS, alleging they were still owed $18 million. In March of 2023, Stern's Group put the 368 rental apartments and retail space on the market, asking between $600 and $700 million, prices more typical of Manhattan real estate in terms of dollars per square foot. In late December of that year, Silverstein assumed the loan from Otera Capital, gaining full financial control of the project. Real estate insiders and development experts quickly speculated what seemed inevitable, that Silverstein was positioning itself to take over the building. Interestingly, one of the building's studio apartments sold for over $2,000 per square foot in early 2024, becoming the most expensive studio apartment ever sold in Brooklyn per square foot. In March of 2024, JDS Development defaulted on the $240 million mezzanine loan, prompting Silverstein to plan a foreclosure auction for the building's retail and rental apartment sections. And whether you're surprised or not, public records showed only 18 of the 148 condos total had been sold at this point. And that's with 2 years on the market. By June, Silverstein and JDS entered settlement negotiations to prevent foreclosure. Eventually, Silverstein paid $672 million to acquire the unsold apartments from JDS, completely removing Stern and his group. That brings us to today. While the tower has been open for some time, the bank and retail area is nearing its opening, with an official date still unannounced, but expected to be soon based on initial projections. And in case you're wondering about Michael Stern and JDS, they're already on their next project, a Dolce & Gabbana branded tower in Miami. I want to thank you for watching and ask that you please consider leaving some feedback. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I've been able to travel to these projects in person a lot more often, and that can all be traced back to the support that you give to the channel. So once again, thank you, and I'll see you next time.